Do older movies suck? I'm on a mission to watch movies from the 80s, the 90s, and the early 2000s, and I decided to turn it into a TikTok series called Older Movie Reviews. My hope is that I can bring some older movies to the younger generations. Maybe you guys aren't giving them a fair chance. Maybe they suck. Let's find out together. Today, we're covering a movie that has been recommended by many of you in the comments, and that's the 1985 romance comedy Better Off Dead. Better Off Dead is a comedy romance starring John Cusack, Diane Franklin, and Curtis Armstrong. It follows the story of Lane, who is full of teenage angst. He is obsessed with his girlfriend, and when she breaks up with him, his world is turned upside down. Trigger warning, his girlfriend breaking up with him does lead Lane down a slippery mental health slope, and there is some days where he doesn't want to be on this planet. Fortunately, all of Lane's attempts are thwarted, sometimes in a comical way, and this movie is peak dark humor. It's taking a dark, serious subject and it's poking fun and making light of it. If that's something that you personally don't feel like you can handle or that you don't want to watch, totally understand. You should definitely skip this one. That being said, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought that the comedy was pretty funny. It wasn't right up my alley. It reminded me of like Airplane mixed with like 16 Candles. So it's like a teenage rom-com with slapstick comedy thrown in. The mental health messaging missed the mark for me a little bit. Yes, they brought it up. Yes, they did try to bring light to it, but they also didn't give it the severity it needs, kind of saying Lane is doing this for attention. Also ignored by all of the adults in the movie. Only one person brings it up to Lane, but it's known. So everyone knows this is happening, but nobody talks about it. So very hush hush mentality on mental health. The portrayal of the adults is very much that they are bumbling, they don't know what's going on, the mom doesn't know how to cook. The adults have lost their minds. Can definitely see how that would relate to teenagers no matter which decade you grew up in. For a slapstick comedy, I thought that the acting was pretty good. You have John Cusack, who I think is a great actor. However, it was a little overactory to me, but again, it's a slapstick comedy movie, so what do you expect? I think they did good with the cinematography. They had a lot of car scenes. There was the car racing, there was the ski racing, and all of the mountain shots. So for getting these wide shots and it being mostly about comedy, I think the cinematography held up just fine. I did, however, have to laugh at the helicopter shots. The smoothness of the drone today compared to the shakiness of the helicopter in the past, I found that quite interesting. I mean, hey, they had what they had. I do think it's important to point out that for its time, this was kind of revolutionary, as in Ferris Bueller, 16 Candles, Breakfast Club. They were touching on serious issues, but this movie really touches on one serious issue over and over. It doesn't really let up. And it also really plays up the slapstick comedy. And I feel like that was a choice to kind of offset the seriousness. I appreciate what they were trying to do. Overall, the heart and story of this movie is teenage angst. It's being a teenager, feeling like it's the end of the world, feeling like everything is out of your control and your parents just don't understand. That was a Will Smith reference. I'm going to give this movie 2.5 stars out of 5. I thought it was very heartwarming. I thought the romance was done well. The comedy was a little bit of a miss for me, as was the cinematography and the acting, but it's a cute teenage movie. It's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you say, aw. If you're into that sort of thing, I think you should watch it. Thank you guys for recommending it. Please keep leaving your recommendations in the comments. I am slowly getting through them. And as always, I hope that you have a great day.